to my YouTube tutorial. This is Biko T, and today I'm going to walk you through how to design a birthday flyer in Photoshop. So follow me, let's dive deeper. Alright, so today I'm going to walk you through how to design a birthday flyer in Photoshop. It's just going to be a simple birthday flyer in Photoshop, and I already have on my workspace here, that's my canvas here. So, and I believe you already know how to choose your canvas whenever you want to design for a digital purpose. Okay, and in case if you don't know that, I believe maybe you're just seeing my video for the first time, then you can go to my previous videos. I showed every step therein, because I always love to make my tutorials very simple and fast, without consuming much time, so that it won't look too boring. All right, so but before then, in case you don't really know the actual size we're using here, or maybe let's say you don't know how to go about digital design. It's like designs you're not really gonna print, maybe you just want to display it for online purpose only, just to fly it online. It's gonna be 2000 by 2000 pixel or 4 by 4 inches. So that's just the size, and I believe you can do that. If you don't know how to do that, then you would need to check some of my previous tutorials. I think I've explained that over and over. So let's just go straight to this tutorial for today. So today I'm gonna make it I'm making a tutorial, or I'm making a design on just a simple birthday flyers. So I already have everything I need, such as my image, background, and some other stuff. So I already have it here. This is the image I'm going to use. All right, this is the image. The birthday is sometimes around, I think, August also. So I just want to show how to do it step by step. It's very simple, and I believe you like it. All right, so this is the image. Already I've removed the background, and if you don't know how to do that using pen tool, I have a tutorial on that, how to remove a background from an image using pen tool. I have a tutorial on that. You can just go check it up and you'll get how to do that. All right, so I have this image here placed at the center. So I need a background. I think I'll need this golden background or something. I can't really remember the name. So I have it here. I'm going to use it. So I'll just click and drag. All right, so I'll also drag like this, and okay, let me just show you some few things, though I have it sometimes ago in some of my tutorial. I think I've explained that, but let me just quickly go over it again. Let's say you have a background, right? You can do it in two ways, whichever way you're comfortable with. So I just prefer doing it this way. That's why I most of the time drag and just drag on top of my canvas. But in case you don't want to do it like that, you can just select all. That's your Control A, or you come to select and you click on select all. Once you click on select all, you copy. So once you copy, then you come to the workspace you actually want to paste it on. Then you just click on Control V, that's paste, and you can see it has already been pasted there, right? It has already been pasted there. So that's, we have it here, and this was the former the initial one I dragged. All right, so but we don't need that. I'm just showing you how you can do it whichever way you're comfortable with. All right, so since I'm not going to need it again, so I'm just going to close it up. All right, so, and I still need a background. I don't know, this looks somehow creamy, and this texture, and it looks cool. I'm going to need it too. It's not really compulsory, you can just leave it as plain as possible, but I just need it to just make it look kind of crisp. All right, so I'm going to close that too. All right, so I'm going to zoom out. I just hope I'm getting this, the usage of this language, zoom out and zoom in. All right, so I'm going to zoom out, then I'm gonna pick this, and on my layer here, I already explained layer panels too in some of my tutorials, I think so. So I'm going to drag this down below, just above the background layer, then this also just above. Okay, let me just do it this way. Okay, let me turn it off, then I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to increase the size, right? I'm going to increase the size like this. All right, so I'm okay with this, so I'm just gonna lock it. And I think also, I'm just assuming that you already know all this, but in case you don't know, that means you've not really checked some of my previous tutorials. So the reason why I'm locking this background, or this background, is because sometimes I may want to okay, you can see I'm just trying to move this. Maybe I'm trying to pick up something, unfortunately I may go pick the wrong thing, or I may go pick the background, which is wrong thing I'm planning, or I wanted to pick. So to always avoid that, I'll need to lock that background. Okay, so once I lock it, it's not movable. All right, so it's not movable. So now I'm going to turn it off, then I'm going to turn this on. All right, so I'm going to scale it down. So I'm just going to rotate it like this. It's not really compulsory, I just feel like so. All right. All right, so I have something like this, and I think I'm okay with it. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to, all right, let me turn it off first, then I'm going to turn this back on. Right, so I'm gonna unlock it. So I'm gonna reduce the opacity, or yeah, I'm gonna reduce the opacity. So I'm also going to reduce the fill to something like so. Let's say 80 will be okay, or something like 85. All right, so let's say this is okay. I just want it to have this cool feel. It's not really something serious. Okay, then I'm gonna turn this on. All right, so but you can't really see what's down below here, because this very layer is covering that layer down below, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lock this, then I will reduce, let's say, the feel of this. Let's see what will happen. Let's turn this let's turn the opacity on a bit. Let's see how it goes. All right, I think this is cool. All right, I think this is cool. Yeah, it's cool. All right, so I'm gonna lock it to avoid unnecessary movement up and down. So you can see it's not movable from any angle. All right, so I'm gonna continue with my work right now. I'm gonna click on this, then I would like to do some little manipulation to this image, not something really serious. Okay, but before then, let me just type in the names. All right, so let me just type in the names. Okay, so the name is, I'm just gonna click my text tool, which is T. I'm gonna click on it, then I'm gonna type doc mic, right? Also, I'm gonna turn it to uppercase. Everything, I'm gonna turn everything to uppercase. So this is just to bring this character up. I'm just gonna highlight my text and Ctrl T. This panel will come up. All right, so once this come up, then I'm gonna come here. That's just for formality's sake. Okay, so I also, this will just be in auto, you don't really need to touch this. Then I'm gonna click on this. All right, everything is in uppercase right now. All right, So I'm gonna hit OK. Then I'm gonna do some little adjustment to the text, like so. All right, I'm gonna centralize it. All right, it's well centralized. So I also, all right, so I want to increase it from bold to, let's say, extra bold, and let's say it looks, yeah, I think this is cool. Extra bold is okay. I'm also still gonna centralize it, because once you make any little changes, no matter how minute the change may be, it will definitely affect the positioning of your text. So everything is set now. I'm gonna deselect. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna duplicate this text, Ctrl J, right? So, and okay, Ctrl J. So I also want to, I want to ensure I have my ruler here. All right, so I want to ensure I have my ruler there. Then, so since I have my ruler here, then I want to have a shape here, right? A rectangle shape, because I'm going to write a text inside of it. A rectangle shape like this. All right, like this. I think this is going to be okay. So I'm going to change the color to something like this. Yeah, I think something like this will be very nice. I'm going to copy it, hit OK. Then I'll come right here. Okay, there's something I want to do. I want to do something. I'm just going to come here. Let's say this. I don't know. I feel like I still need to increase this a bit. Okay, that's cool. So I'm gonna move this ruler right here, then I'm gonna move this right here. All right, I think that's nice like this. Then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna duplicate here, I'm gonna double click here, then Ctrl T, and click this, and I'll paste, because I previously copied the hexane number for this. So I'm gonna paste, or you can do it this way. Once you highlight this and you bring this color picker up, you can just come here and just pick the color straight up. You see, if I click on this, it goes to another color. If I click on this, it goes to another color. So I'm just going to click on this, or maybe you've copied the hexane number, which is this, and you just paste here, right? And you click OK, and you click OK, and you close this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to grab my text again and say, happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, so I'm gonna click on this. So I'm gonna change the font for this to something Bebas also. Bebas. I'm gonna use lights. Yeah, I want to use lights. Then I'm gonna change it to regular. All right, so I'm also gonna increase I want to increase the size to something like this. Okay, so I'm gonna centralize it. All right, move it down a bit. All right, so I'm just gonna give it some spacing in between like this. So the shortcut I'm using is just Alt and your right directional key, right directional key. I'm going to show that too, or you can do it this way, Ctrl T, then you will see it right here. So you can just type in the actual number if you know the actual number, and if you don't know it, you just keep moving till you are okay. All right, so it's called, I think, tracking, if I'm not mistaken. It's called tracking, right? Yeah, it's called tracking. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. Then I think this will be in both. So yeah, all right, so it's cool. I'm gonna centralize it. Okay, it's perfectly centralized. All right, so the next thing is I'm gonna type something right here, right? I'm gonna type August 30. August 31st, right? So once I'm done typing, of course I'm gonna set the tracking back to 0. So I'm gonna set the tracking back to 0. All right, so I'm gonna move it here. Then I'm gonna change it to white color. I'm gonna change it to white color for visibility's sake. Then I'm gonna rotate the angle. So once this is up and I see this curve, I just easily rotate while my shift is click and hold, right? So that I can have perfect angle 45, 15, 45, 15, 35, 45 or something. Then I have a perfect angle 90 degree, negative 90 degree, right? So I'm gonna click OK. Then I'm just gonna use my arrow keys to move right inside of this, right? Okay. All right, so I think I'll still need to increase the tracking as well, just to fill up the space. Something like this would be nice. Yeah, I think this is cool. Okay, so something like this would be okay. So the next thing I'm going to do now is that I'm going to come to this rectangle shape. I'm going to hold on Control, hold on Control and click on the thumbnail here. This particular area you're seeing on your left, on your right hand side, that's the layer panel. It's called the layer thumbnail. This very area, this from here to here, this very area is called the layer thumbnail. So I'm just going to hit on Control, click and hold, then I'll click. This will make a selection around the shape, irrespective of what's on the layer. It might be a text, it might be an image or whatever. So once you just click on the thumbnail, you just click on Control and hit on the thumbnail, it's make a selection around whatever shape is there or image, whatever. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this text. Then I want to do some alignments, vertical and horizontal. All right, this is perfect for me. All right, so that's all. Then all right, so I'm just going to move this up a bit. I'm going to make selection both party, then selected. So how do I do that? I'm just going to click on this, that's 31st. Then I'm going to hold on my Control so that it makes the selection at once. Then I'm going to move up a bit like this. So I think I'm okay like this. Then the next thing I'm going to do, though this is not really necessary, but just to spice up your design. So I'm going to hit up the shape tool again. Then this time around, so I'm just going to create a rectangle, very tiny kind of thing. This is okay. All right, so this will be okay for me. I will ensure that the color is the same with this. All right, so I'm going to click on this. So I'm going to move this right down here. Then all right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to duplicate this using my Ctrl J. So I'm going to lock one of these to avoid unnecessary selection. Then I'm going to rotate this like so, perfect angle 90 degree. I'm just going to move it down using my arrow and shift, that's shift and down arrow key, so that it moves perfectly well. Then I'm just going to shift it like this So I'm just going to zoom out to ensure that everything is well set. All right. So I'm still going to move it down. Yeah, everything is perfect now. All right, so you have something like this, and of course this I'm going to move this down below, which is it's going to be below this, and I have my reasons for that. You discover that initially it was just, if you go back to the tutorial, you will discover it was covering this before, but now it's fixed up. So there's something I needed to do again. So I was supposed to ensure that this line, this shape here is, you know, aligned, perfectly aligned with this. I think I made that mistake initially, so I'll have to fix that up now. Then I'll do something like this, so it's perfectly fixed now. I'll deselect. Then you would notice that there's been a little change here too, so I'm gonna fix that up. All right, that's fixed. Since I've been able to fix that, so there's something also I still need to do to this background. I will need to make it look almost faint. All right, so the reason is because if you look at this text here, it's really not showing well, right? So I need to make it look almost faint to make that pop up. All right, let's say this is okay. I think so. All right, so this is okay. So there's one more thing to do. I'm gonna go back to my shape and pick this. I hold my Alt and my Shift to make it a perfect circle. All right. Oh no. Okay. Something just came up. All right, something like this, a perfect circle. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the color of course. Oh no, there's no need. I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna turn this fill to no color. Then I'm gonna click on stroke. I'm gonna give it this color right here. So I'm gonna go to filter. I'm gonna go to blur, and I'm gonna choose motion blur this time around. That's the right. Okay, I think that's cool. I'm gonna hit OK. So I'm gonna pick it down below the image, right below the image. I'm just gonna place it somewhere around here. I'm still gonna reduce the size a little bit. So maybe I should still increase the image a little bit. All right, something like this. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I duplicated this, so I'm gonna go back to it, turn it on. Okay, oh my goodness. So I've made some adjustment to the previous one, so I'm just gonna delete this. Then I'm gonna copy this again. So this time around I'm gonna change the color to white. So I'm gonna change the color to white. Let me just see what I'm doing. Actually, let me see what I'm doing, but that's not the main thing I wanted to do. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the fill. I'm gonna turn the fill to 0. Right. Then I'll double click. So this will pop up. Then I'm gonna go to my stroke. All right, I'm gonna go to stroke. Let me just put this here so that you can see what I'm doing. I go to stroke, I go to outside, I pick up outside. All right, outside. Then I'm gonna change the color to white. All right, good. So I don't know if the size is okay yet, but let me just see. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit up my arrow key. I'm going to move it like this and see if it's okay. All right, so I feel like something like this would be cool. It looks like 3D text, right? So that's just how to achieve that. So, and I think it's okay. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do now, so I'm almost done with this tutorial actually. You know, like I said, I don't want it to be too voluminous. All right, so just something very simple that can easily be related with. So the next thing I'm gonna do now is to play a little bit around this image and we'll be done with this tutorial. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come to vibrance. I'm gonna click on this, give it some vibrance kind of, then I'm gonna desaturate a little bit. Desaturate a little bit. So I think I'm okay like this. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on the image again. I'll come to filter, I'll come to noise, I'll give it a little bit of noise. It's not something serious. You can just zoom out to see what you're doing. All right, so it's something like this. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to filter. I'll go to camera raw, then I'll do some little, just little twerking, not something too serious. So I'm gonna come to detail, then I'll just keep playing around this, just keep playing around it, just keep playing around it, and whatever result you get, if you're okay with it, that's cool. It's not really necessary you must go into that. I'm just going into this to just make it look a little bit, cool. You might really not need to do that, okay? So after you're done with all your manipulation, all your messing up around or just meandering around, and after you're done, click on enter. And this would definitely take an effect on the image. All right, so after that, I'm still going to do one more thing before we totally go out of this tutorial. So I'm going to pick up this, then I'm just going to come right here. I'm going to create a new layer, then I'm going to heat up my brush, my opacity to 100%, my fill, my flow to 100%. So I'm gonna click this. All right, so I think I'm gonna do that. Then I'll come right here. I'm gonna change it to screen. Yeah, screen, I think so. All right, so I'm gonna do it like that. So what else? Good. So you can see the noise makes the texture look like this, and after all the playing around with it in the camera raw, right? So we have something like this, and I think it's okay. So having achieved this, that will be the end of this tutorial. All right, so I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. I make it very simple, very simple tutorial. You can easily follow it even if you are a beginner, and maybe you don't really have a prior knowledge of graphic design before, but once you just see this, you can easily follow up with it, and every step is being explained, and no step is missed out without explaining. And if you have any comment, or you want to say something, maybe you don't really get some specific part, you can just put it in the comment section below, then I'm going to attend to it as always. So also please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be bringing up tutorials. Like I said, subsequent tutorials, I'll be bringing up tutorials regularly, more often. And like I said, I'm diving also into product design, but because of time factor for now, I have some other things I actually handling. So for that reason, I won't be making tutorial on that yet, but let's say in few weeks time, I'll be dropping tutorial on product design, how to navigate your ways around it, and I believe you will definitely like it. So if this sounds like something you'll be interested in, please just smash the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and ensure that you always follow my tutorials. Okay, so for today I'm gonna say thank you, and please do not forget to share, like, share, subscribe, comment, so that YouTube algorithm can recommend this tutorial to a wider range. You have been my motivation right from time, and if you're a new subscriber, thank you very much, and for the returning subscribers, I love you. Thank you very much, and see you in my next tutorial. Thank you.